Right guys, Simon here, and we are playing SimCity 4, so you probably won't notice anything, but I've just started uploading the SimCity stuff, and in response to some of your comments, I'm going to start building extra cities and recording these, and just as experiments and as responses to some of the things you guys talk about. So I'm going to play a small city, we're going to experiment a little bit. So this is going to be a public transport experiment. So the question or the comment was, what if we put tolls on all the roads and then put in a good public transit system, and then kind of encourage or force people to use the public transport instead of the roads. Which, and I mean, in the real world, not everybody has cars. In the game, everybody has cars. In the real world, that's not really the case. And so there's kind of problems with roads in the real world, in that it offers, if you have a car, it offers you, a lot of transport options, or it allows you to get to places. But if you don't have a car in the real world, then the roads don't really help you. Anyway, we're gonna just try it out, see what happens. So we're gonna have smaller roads, because I mean, if you remember the city of, in the big city, the city of Rachel, where I put in the giant grid with lots of roads and everything is joined up with roads, and that works really well with fairly minimal congestion, even for a pretty massive city. So this is going to be kind of like the opposite. We're going to put in smaller roads, but then we're going to supply public transport systems. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do this yet, but we're just going to go straight into it. Hard mode. The name of the city is going to be Sawyer. Did I spell that right? I think I spelled that right. Anyway, if you get the reference, then you're awesome. If you don't get the reference, then you're not awesome. How should I do this? I guess residential area. Residential on one side, commercial and industrial on the other, I guess. What to do? Okay, let's just... So it's been a while since I played this, so I don't really remember how I go about doing this. Let's just start with some roads. So we're gonna, have all the residential on one side. 1, 2, 3, and there we go. So all the residential on one side. And then not really link them up to the neighboring, not really link them up. Or we will link them up using buses and trains. Actually, trains, passenger train station, don't really need a freight station. Monorails? We can have monorails. We can also have subways and elevated rail. Maybe elevated rail? Toll booth? Can we put toll booths on... Oh, we can put toll booths on anything. That's interesting. We can literally put toll booths on anything. Maybe I'll have the roads, but then also have toll booths. How big's the public... See, the public garage is huge, look at that. It's not very good, is it? Subway stations are tiny. Also, train stations are also massive. Look at that thing. And if you remember in the other cities, like, people don't really travel that far. You can't see the mouse cursor. I need to remember that. But, people barely walk 6 squares. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I usually have my city in 6 square grids. They won't even walk that far. And that's a problem. Like, they only walk like maybe 4 or 5 squares. And then the train station itself, this thing is massive, right? And so then there's this huge massive thing, but people can't walk to it very far, which is ridiculous. Yeah, people are just lazy, man. Alright, so let's I don't really know what to do. Hold on, let me just put that there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5, 6. Put that there. Actually, I'll make this an avenue. I'll make this an avenue. So we're gonna have some avenues. And let me just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me just put that all the way across to there. 3. Alright, let me put that there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Was that the avenue? Alright, that's the avenue on the other side. Just gonna do that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And surprisingly, that all works out quite well. Sure. So we're gonna have avenues going one way but not the other, because all of that's gonna be residential, right? So they're not gonna have to travel across very much. 3, 4, 5, 6. And that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There. So there's that. One more module. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so that's gonna be all our residential stuff. Basically. That's not right. I have to watch the money too, because I'm just gonna build all this before I even start putting in other stuff. I mean, you know, putting in the stuff that pays taxes. Alright, so there's that, and then the avenue is gonna go across. In fact, let's just join the avenue up to neighboring cities like that. There we go. Neighboring cities. So there's gonna be a gap here. Alright. So we're gonna do that, and then that. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Interesting. Anyway, we're not gonna do that. I'm just gonna put that grid in. So we're sticking with the grid. The grid obviously is efficient in this game because there's an underlying grid in the game itself. Although grids are also often efficient in the real world. Okay, so there's that there. And then that there. So we need to figure out a power plant and water supply and things like that. We can leave that until a little later. Anyway, let's put in the power plant. We should do that right there. There we go, power plant. So we're going to have industrial here, commercial there, residential here. Probably too much residential actually, now that I think about it. What? Wait a minute. Is that right? I think I messed this up already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How did I do this? That's interesting. That's only 5. What happened there? Ah, well, it doesn't really matter too much, does it? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it doesn't really matter too much. Let's just ignore that. Okay, so next up we have. Should we bother with the hospitals? Look, we can just put a clinic and a school smack in the middle, and if we have we don't have the bigger one, but if we have the bigger elementary school, that's going to cover the whole thing anyway. So the 4 squares in the middle are going to be the the community stuff, so the schools and the hospitals and maybe the fire and the police if we need to. So all the other stuff can be residential, except we're gonna put in the public transport. What's the best thing to do? Do we want trains or do we just want buses? Let's have a train loop. I don't usually put in trains because trains, like, they take up a lot of space and they're not all that useful. So I don't even know if I should bother with that. Anyway, let's put in a train system just because we won't, or maybe subways. That is really expensive. We can't really afford subways in such a small city. Elevated rail, $51 per. Apparently elevated rail costs more per month than the subway. That's even worse. Monorail? Monorail is also ridiculously expensive. Okay, I guess we're doing a passenger train station then. Alright. I don't even know where the train actually goes. Okay, let's put a train station there. Put a train station there. And then put a train station... I don't know if this is a good idea or not. It's quite possible that this is a really bad idea. Put a train station there and there, right? And then we're gonna put in the train tracks. Tracks can go there, right? I don't know if the tracks actually need to make sense or not. Because what happens is, like, if we zoom in, we can cross the track there. So we can make it 90 degrees. I don't know if the trains actually work in the game. Obviously they wouldn't work in real life if you put a 90 degree turn there. And also it's kind of difficult to design this thing. There we go. There we go. Maybe I shouldn't put the 90 degree turn. Let's not put the 90 degree turn in. And pretend we're going to do this in a vaguely realistic manner. And come on, turn that there, turn that there. That's good. And then here, I think we can just put the track. No, not that. Put the track right there. So it's a pretty simple loop, really. This train track. So we're gonna do that there. And we're gonna do that there. We might also have the track go on to other parts and other cities. Not that it really, makes sense, that track there. Can I cross the street diagonally? I think I can, I just don't think I can do it there because there's not enough space, which is a real shame. That's not gonna work, it's not gonna do anything. Alright, never mind, let's just pretend that that's all fine. Let's just pretend. Okay. Alright, so we can do that there. And then I believe we can do that. There we go. That looks good, doesn't it? That looks great. And we can do that there, and that there. And I'm wondering if we should. No, I think we just leave it like that. I think we just leave it like that. That's our train system. That's already taking up way too much room. Okay, now for the buses. Actually, let's just Where's the toll road? I'm just gonna toll right in the middle here. Ah, you can't do it too close to the intersection. That's interesting. Alright, so the toll roads are there, so we're gonna discourage people from driving through. But, oh wow, look at our money disappear. But we are going to put in buses. Buses everywhere. Alright, so a bus stop there. Like a bus stop on every corner, basically. A bus stop on every corner, alright. So these guys have no excuses not taking the bus, because there's literally buses everywhere. It's also gonna cost a lot of money. Oh crap, there's a train track on here. Okay. Put it on the other side of the train track, that should be fine. And then there we go. Buses, man, buses. Alright, so now we have to put in the buses. There's gonna be schools and hospitals in here, so we're not gonna put them in that intersection. I'm gonna put them outside that intersection though. Alright, so here we go. So before we've built a single house, this place is completely full of public transport. I don't know if it's a good idea or not. Yeah, we're gonna put it there. Nothing in the middle. So I guess the question is, how many people are still gonna drive? And you know, is this actually a good way to do this? I mean, well, for one, is it going to be economically viable? Although it's not difficult to be economically viable in this game, so I don't even know if that really matters. Alright, so I'm going to put medium density everything. No, not that, not that, not that. Alright, never mind. Let's just do that manually. Do all the way there. Actually, that's not right, because these things need to be the other way, don't they? I guess these can be low density. I don't think you can have medium density on a single square anyway, so I don't think that really matters. So let's put those down. And, you know, those, I guess those are there as well, and those two, and those. Is that right? I think that's right. Alright, that's good. That's good. Alright, I'll put all this stuff in. I don't think we'll manage to get everybody using mass transit. Oh wait, not there. We're not gonna get them using mass transit all the time, I don't think. I don't think that's actually possible. But we'll see what happens here. So we provided them with plenty of public transport options. The question is, will they take it? The answer, I suspect, is not really. Although you'd think, you know, with a city like this, it would be far more convenient to take the bus. than to try and drive to work. Or the train. The train looks pretty good. I mean, I haven't really used trains before in this series of videos. I don't think you've actually seen me use trains at all. So that's something new. There we go. The thing is, I've put the train, like I haven't put that many train stations in because, well, for one, they're huge. So I don't really think they're worth the land they're on. But what I've done is I've put them close to a bus stop, so conceivably people can take the bus, take the bus to the train station, board the train, get off the train, take the bus to work. I don't know, I know this seems a bit convoluted, I know, but that should work. Kind of, I guess, maybe. I don't know how much residential and how much industry I should have. Let me just put in half industry. There we go for a start, and a bit of commercial, like just there. And there. And then just fill those in. I don't know how much commercial I should have. Maybe I'll put in the commercial here as well. And then this one will, depending on what the demand looks like, we'll choose either commercial or industrial. That sounds like a good enough plan to me. Alright, so how much money do we have left? We have $27,000 left. And there's a huge gap in the middle. Alright, oh, water. Should we put in water? Let's put in water. Water can go, here. Let's just put that there and put some pipes in. I think if we... Yeah, there we go. Looks good to me. So we can just put... the pipes are there. That should cover everything. Pretty much. Yep, that covers everything. Good. Great. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but the 6x6 grid really works out for a lot of different things in this game. Alright, go. Interesting. I don't know what the math is doing in this game. Oh wait, too much power. We don't need that much power. Save some money there, good. Transport department, $582 spent already, so you can see road services. So there's, roads, avenues. Mass transit is taking up like $400 a month. Is there seriously no... What's going on? I don't even know what's going on. Alright, second month. There we go. There, that's more like it. Okay, so let's just sit here and watch the people move in. In fact, let's just give them the hospital. I'm a nice guy. These guys deserve a hospital. Let's put that there, and we can reduce the funding because we don't need to cover outside the city as well. I'll reduce the funding there. Don't need that much capacity. There we go. And watch. Oh wait, I want to turn off some of the stuff. Let's put it in day-night cycle. I don't think I've actually had it on day-night cycle until now. I'm gonna turn off the cars because it's not gonna play with the cars. No, not yet. The day-night cycle might be interesting, just to see. Toll booth. Nobody's... Actually, let me see this. Actual usage 18, so not many people driving... Oh wait, not enough power. Not many people driving right now. We're almost breaking even. Even though we're paying so much for mass transit, we're almost breaking even. This game's not difficult, especially since there's no school. Oh, there we go, we make a profit already. Yes, it's pretty easy to make a profit in this game. I don't really know what the... I'm not losing money, what are you talking about? Alright, so a house of worship. Where should we put this? Let's put this, like, I don't know, there? Should probably turn it around to face the other way. Can I turn that? No, I can't turn it around. Alright, let's put it... Alright, let's put it there. House of worship, there we go. Huh. Okay, I need more power. And we don't need more hospital yet. So what do I need? I need a population of 4,000 to get the large elementary school. We will get there pretty soon. Is the day-night cycle good, or can you see what's going on in the YouTube video? I'm not sure if the day-night cycle is a good idea, really. The graveyard there. Let's just put it to daytime. You guys can buy the game and play with the day-night cycle yourself if you really want to. The game should be quite cheap now, right? Because it's been out for a while. Actually, I need more water too. Alright, more water. Let's just put in more water. We're making plenty of money. Ah, there we go. The biggest school. That's what we need. Alright, here we go. Large elementary school. Let's put that there. And you can reduce the funding. That's kind of ridiculous. We can also reduce the school bus funding. There we go. Is that a... wait. Oh, that's too small, isn't it? Let's just increase that a little bit, just to make sure we catch the people at the edge there at the bottom corner. You can't see the mouse cursor, I have to remember that. That's still pretty good. So this is quite profitable. Let's just see. Look at that, people are still driving. Like, we still have 968 people driving through the toll booth. Yeah, okay. Not yet. And there, look, they're still driving. Let's just check the train station. Look at the actual use is 57 out of 2,000. Nobody's using the trains. 58 out of 2,000. Just check the buses. 70 out of 1,000. 26 out of 1,000. 38 out of... So yeah, people are still driving. They're paying the tolls, then they're driving anyway. Even though I've given them some pretty decent mass transit options. That's interesting, isn't it? Isn't that interesting? Check that. I think we need more water. Alright, let's put those in, that's good. I'm making plenty of money, actually. There's high demand for almost everything. Just not, yeah, there's high demand for a lot of things, actually. Let's see what these, medium wealth retail. Interesting. The city's doing pretty well, although it does have multiple neighboring cities, so I guess that helps. Like, there's demand coming over them, actually. Let's just check some of these views. Traffic? Interesting, no one's coming over. I think we have to play the neighboring city before it calculates people coming over from neighboring cities. That doesn't really matter. Alright, that's great, I'm not complaining. Crime, fire hazard, education, health. Maybe I should put in a fire station and a police station. I'm making $1,400 a month. Let me just check this stuff. So fire station, large fire station will cover the whole city. So we should probably do that. Just cover the entire city. Actually, crime first. Small police station is small. Large police station is enough for the whole city almost. I think I'll put in the large police station. How much does this cost? $250 a month. Large, $250 a month. That's fine. I can afford it. All right. So let's just give our citizens all the amenities. There we go. Large fire station. That'll do. Make sure this road doesn't actually join up, because we don't want people traveling across it. Great, these guys have lots of amenities. Look at that. Wow. I need to... Oh, nobody's going to school yet. Okay, I need to increase the funding here. There we go. Increase that funding. Might as well increase the funding there. And maybe I should put in a college. Alright, put in a church there. And high school? That high school doesn't really have enough coverage, does it? Large high school has the coverage. Is also quite expensive. Alright, high school. Go to school, guys. Get an education. You don't want to be stupid. Right? You don't want to grow up being stupid. So go to school. That's a lot of money. I don't need that much funding, do I? Just reduce the funding quite a bit. No, why does it keep thinking I need more money? Like I'm making plenty of profits here. Okay, so the city is doing pretty well. City's doing pretty well. Let's see. This is over capacity. People are still driving.